What's up guys, and welcome to my channel Flame with a 4. In this video we're going to be doing issue 27. So in here we get stages 100, well 99, 100, 101 and 102. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be getting all the pieces out for stage 99 and the pieces out for stage 100. So we're going to be doing 99 and 100, and then in the next set of issues we'll do 101 and 102. So I can't wait to do that with you guys. So what we're going to do, we are going to go grab all the pieces out for issue or stage 99, and then we'll be back in just a sec. Okay guys, we now have all our pieces laid out. We have all our screws here ready to go, and the first thing we need to do, we need to go grab this to make figure 8. So this is 98A, and what we need to do on the first thing it wants us to do is to grab the handle, which is 99D, and it wants us to just place that in to this section here. So you want to make sure you've got it the right way around, so it's showing the handle, showing the lock there, and then there's one hole just underneath that hole. This is where the handle goes. So you don't want the windy handle. What you want is you want the one that will sit flat into that section. So let's see if we can find it. There you go. So that sits in there. Underneath, what it wants us to do is put in an EP screw. So we just need to go around our screws and check. So this is the EP screw. And then I'll just see if I can get that started off. So you should have the handle sitting in place just like that, and they call that figure A. The next thing we need to do is we now need to install the handle. So this big hole in the middle here is going to house 99C, so that will just sit in the middle like so, and just sit and spin around until we lay it down. If we lay it flat down, it should show through, which it does. And what it's asking us to do is get 99A, and 99A is just one of these cogs here. I'm just going to see if they are handed or they're different. So basically what you want to do is you want to grab the one that has the dome on it. So there is one that looks kind of like a D, and then that will sit over the top of that, and then that will only go on one way, the way that the handle is. So you just need to make sure you line it up over the handle itself. If we can do that, let's get the handle and put it back through. So the handle one has a certain sizing to it, should I say. Put that in. And then we need a KM screw to hold that in place. So take a KM screw, and then I will just show you that in a second, how that looks. There you go, that's nice and flush. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put the other cog in place. So this other cog here is 99B, so we're going to sit that in over the top there and line that up. And then what we need to do is we just need to put another UP, well UP on there should I say, because the other one was a KM, so UP will go over the top of that. See if we can get that in nicely. And then what this would do, it should wind, and then it should move that mechanism nicely, which it does. But what we'll do is, it is a little bit loose still, so we'll maybe push it over the top of that a bit more, and then try and wind that down a little bit more if we can, to make it a little bit more flush. There you go. So remember to pop your Vaseline on, make sure that you're sparing, not too sparing with it. Plenty is enough. So, and then just obviously move it around so it gets inside all the cogs. A little bit more. You can possibly just use normal grease that you would use to grease up car things, but I mean the Vaseline just works absolutely fine. So why not just use the Vaseline? There we go, that works perfectly. Right, so the next thing we need to do on this is we need to take the large window, which we have been storing away for so long, and then with it being this way around, actually I'll just show you what all that looks like before we cover it all up. So it should look like that. It's covered in Vaseline, but you can kind of get the gist of how it all goes together. They want this to be up like this, And then what they want us to do is they want us to pop the window on in a way that you need to make sure it's on the right way and the right way around when you do it. So if we put that in there, we just need to make sure it lines up okay. So we've got the curved edge on that side, and then we've got it that way around as well. So if it goes like that, then it's a lot closer to where it needs to be. So if you have it this way around, it's kind of not really in the right place. But if you have it this way around, so you want the R facing underneath so that you can't see it, and then that should be right for you. There, so that should sit in that section. And then what you want to do is then you want to put up a UP screw just to hold the glass into place. But just now remember, once you are pushing down onto this, you are now going to be pushing down on an arm, and the arm is just holding that in place nicely. So just be careful and bear that in mind when you're doing this up. You want to be able to slide it as well. So you want it so that it goes up and down, and you want it so that that slides in and out as well. So don't have that too tight, so that it will sit something like that on that side, as you can see, and it will sit like that. Right, so once you've done that, let's just check what they want us to do next. Oopsie. So the next thing they're asking us to do is grab the door. So we're going to grab the door, and then this is where we find out we've done everything right. You need to lay the door down, and then we need to put the door into place. So what you want to do is slide that down a little bit and then put that around. You can kind of double check to make sure. If you do that and then the window kind of sits in there, you can see the angle of the window, so you kind of will get an idea of whether you are doing it right or not. And then what you want to do is then just put that over the top. Make sure that the hinge is this side. Make sure everything lines up nicely, and then just hold it together and then just test fit to make sure that the window works. Because once that's in, that's in. So I'm going to go with the window up, and then what they want us to do is they want us to put 2 IP screws in the top, 2 DM screws in the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be back in just a second. Okay guys, so these are now in place. So as I said, there's 2 IP screws. Let's just find a pointing stick. I've got it here somewhere. So we've got the 2 IP screws, one in the top there, one there. 2 DM screws at the bottom. And then what you want to do is you want to make sure you've got something like this, and then you want to test that handle, make sure that your window goes all the way down to where it's supposed to go, and then it goes all the way back up into place, just like so. Once you've done that and you're happy with it, the next thing we need to do is just making sure that that's fine. That seems good. The next thing we need to do is we need to make sure that these chrome inserts are in place. So I don't know if you can see, but I'm going to bring it over so you can. And the best way to test that these are right is literally just place them over the top and see if they go in, and if they do, then you are on a winner. So what I want to do is just kind of line these up enough so that they fit in place. Fine, so now they are the chrome strips that go along the door cards, as you can see there. The other little thing that we need to put in is the door lock, which is going to be 99H, and that just sits in here. You just need to make sure you get it around the right way. There you go, so that's the lock. So that's that little tiny lock there. I don't know how close I can get it to you to show you, but there's a little lock where the key will go in. So we are pretty much there on this. It's asking us to install 66J, and we will probably have to take that off the main body. So we're going to go find 66J, and we'll be back in just a sec. is it says on the magazine to go get 66J, and you're kind of probably thinking, what the hell is 66J? But if you actually look in the instructions, it does say 66J is marked with an X, so you make sure you go get the one that's marked with an X, and then it's pretty self-explanatory from there onwards. So what it's asking us to do with this, it's asking us to take the switch here, and it wants us to place the switch in this kind of little housing in there, but you want to make sure that the switch is clicked out, because you can click the switch in and out, and that goes and it sits in to this little recess. So guys, when you're putting this switch in, you want to make sure the cables are at the back and that it's sitting to the side like this. And then what you do is you just kind of push the cables in, and then there's like a little lug that sits around the edge, and then as that pushes back, then that will just turn the light on and off. But there is a little cover that goes over that, which is 99G. So you need to kind of hold that cover over into place, which starts to get a bit fiddly. And then what you need to do then is you will now need to take an HM screw and try to just start that off. Probably be better off just getting a magnetic screwdriver and trying to see if you can start it off somehow. Trying to hold all this into place and not cross thread the screw. The screw is very long. And this is going to be the switch. As long as it's flat and it's held into place. As you can see, that switch, when the door shuts, that will hit that switch, and it will just constantly be off, and then when the door opens, it will go on, be off and go on. So that's what will happen with the door. So you should have one spare is it HM or HM screw? Should have a spare one there. And then what we'll need to do next is just turn the page, see what it wants us to do. So they want us to put in 99F with a DM screw. So this just sits in that section there, like so. And then we need to pop a DM screw up there, which we've got here. Just put one of those in. Hopefully that holds nicely. So this is kind of like the buffer for the door. And then when we put the other door on, it's probably going to tell us to turn it upside down, but I'm going to try and do it without. I'm going to try and go through the other door. I'm going to open this door, and then we want to take our big door here, and then it says to put it into place. So you just want to make sure that that lines up in those holes nicely, and then that clicks in there, which it does, and then shut that door on it, keep it in place. And then what we're going to do is just going to go the other side, and it wants us to put in the UM screws. So we need to put 2 of those in. So I'm going to go around and just wind those up, and then I'll turn the model upside down so you guys can see where I've put that. I'm going to try and come in through this door if I can, just to even start them off. And then hopefully we'll come around there a little bit more. You'll be able to see that the door shuts and closes nicely. So it's got a little bit of gap there, but it does have a little bit of a gap this side too, so it's not too much of an issue. And then there is the clip on the door here, so it goes into place. I'll try and bring it around and show you that, so you can see it. But as the door opens, there's a little latch here, and then that slides into that lock there, and then that is what puts it into place. So it's really cool. It's coming along nicely as well. So I'm going to turn the model around that way so you can see. Have a quick look through the magazine. So we're saying that this is what the model should look like at the end of this stage, which it does. And it's saying that at stage 100 we're going to be doing the rear window frame, and then in stage 101 we're going to be doing the right rear windows and then installing those into the vehicle, and then stage 102 we're going to do the rear door. So That's really cool. What we'll do then is, as we have just done issue 99, we'll do 100 like we said we would. We'll go take all the pieces out and we'll be back in just a sec. Here we go, guys. So this is issue 100. It's going to be quite an easy one to do, which is why we've included it in here as well. One of the main factors that you need to remember with this, you will need to bend this around to fit your panels. So do bear that in mind when you're doing it. So what you want to do is you just want to push that into the corner where it's going to go, and then you want to just kind of bend that round until it fits the shape that you want. And then when you get to here, you want to make sure you got a nice bend in it. So here, just start bending it round, and then just check the fitment to see if you're happy. If it fits, then you're good. So this needs a bit more in the corner. Let's give it a little bit of a twist, and then just keep checking fitment to make sure you are happy with that. So I'm quite happy with that. That's going to go on there really well. And I'm going to go and install this corner first. So this corner also will need a little bit of a bend to it, to make sure you get the right one. I will talk you through the sizes in a second. So this one here is 100B, and it needs to have a little bit of a curve on it to go into that section there. So that should be fine. So I'm going to quickly pop that on. Just peel it and put it in place. If you do have trouble with the sticky, which you shouldn't do, what you can do is just put that one in place first. If you do have trouble with the sticky, what you can do is use a little bit of super glue, but you shouldn't need to. You just need to bend them into position and then line them up and push them down. So that's that one there. So that's now bent and put into place. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to pop the long one in, hoping that we've bent it in enough areas that it will stay in place. So I'm just going to try that now. There we go. Moment of truth. So yeah, that's gone on perfect. So better than the last time I did it. So you should have that gap like this now. And it's all been bent round because we bent that round with our hand, you remember? And then that now fits down there, and it's just got that edge corner there. And then this is the last edge to go on it. We're going to now put in place. This one shouldn't have to be bent in any way. So what we're going to do, you can test fit these in first if you want to. You don't have to just go and do them straight away. You can test fit them, as I said before. So if you want to do that, go ahead and do that. Just going to push them in their gaps, like so. And then you should have a piece. Oh, nearly dropped it. You should have a piece that looks like this, ready to go for the next one. So we will have to wait again until the next issue. So in issue 101 and 102, we're going to be installing this and the window. So I can't wait to do that with you, because that's just going to nicely finish off that side. And then we can start working on the back door of it as well. So this is going to be really heavy, but it's such an incredible build as well. So I'm really looking forward to doing that with you guys. So let's have a look at what we've done. We're just going to have a quick recap. So we installed the door on this side, which was this one here. So if we just open that, can have a look. So we installed that door there, which now shuts lovely. Let's pull these cables through. What you got to watch now is that all these cables are going to start being in the way. And then in the next one, we're going to be putting that into there like that. So can't wait to do the next set of 2 issues with you guys. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Please remember to subscribe by clicking the button down here. If you haven't already, please set the bell so you don't miss out on any more videos up and coming that are coming to the channel. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care now. Bye bye.